Hey there, May 11th. It is 41 degrees out. Got about 2 inches of rain in the last couple days here. It's wet, cold. Not something we'd like to see at this time of the year, but it is what it is. So planting beans has come to a halt. I got all my corn in. I have about 58 acres of the neighbor's corn to plant still. And another 60 acres of beans for that same guy to plant. And another 38 acres of my beans that I didn't get a chance to plant. We did start on that. We had this lift cylinder failure here. Leaking out of this, there's an O-ring in here. Put a new one in, leaked out of, or it was leaking, put a new one in now, so we should put it back on, see if it leaks here in the next day. Until then, we got this custom ram here. The racist planter, as I call it, the black machine is what it really is called. That's been doing its job pretty good. Been handy having the Dickie John monitor actually fully functional this year, telling me where all my population's at, or at least guessing where it's at. And because of that, I know that seed box number 6 here, the meter is spilling a shit ton of beans out, like 180,000. And the reason I know that is the one day I was planting a field that I rent out on the south side of Palmyra, and all of a sudden, thing bitched at me that I ran out of seed. I'm like, well, what? No way. Sure enough, so backed up, put more seed in it, and cleaned the meter out, and it seemed to be doing better. But everybody else is metering around 150,000, which is what we want. So I got parts coming to fix that from Shoop. Other than that, this gauge wheel here, that got bent somehow. I think dragging it through an old hole in a bowl that we had dug back in the day. I think it just hit the stops for the depth control and bent the axle on it. I mean, it turns fine, just looks a little stupid, but I gotta order parts for that. But right now I can get away with using it. It just looks a little funny. Hopefully nobody takes too many pictures or videos with their drones while I'm planting. Make me look like a fool. We do have corn up. Maybe we'll go and see if we can't find a couple of those. We'll walk over to the Ranger here. Yeah, gosh, it's nasty out. Either that or I'm just accustomed to the 70-degree weather here we've been having. Got my winter coat on here. Got our pop-up starter we've been putting in for the corn. We got early riser there from Landmark. We haven't used that shit yet. We'll see what that's all about. The Massey's been my sprayer tractor. Been working, extremely good with the shuttle shift. Man, can't believe I haven't had one before. Funny story about this here seed tender too. It's got a remote control for the auger, well, everything. The up, down, fold it, and then the auger shut off. And if you don't point it at the receiver in there, it does not shut off when you'd like it to. And being that I don't have an air seeder and I'm filling my boxes, you kind of want that to shut off when you need it to shut off. Otherwise you spill about $50 worth of beans on the ground. And the neighbor planting across the road can see this all happening, of course. So that was my first experience with this. But other than that, it's been wonderful to have that. Not lifting, oh my gosh, a couple hundred bags. That would suck. We'll go see if we can't find some little corn plants out there before I get going here. Take their old Ranger here. I'm planting my beans on 15-inch rows. I like that. When I first started farming by myself, I put them all in the Great Plains and planted them at 7.5. And I don't know, it just took forever because it's only 10-foot drill. And there's a shitload of beans. I don't know, it just didn't seem economical to me. Granted, you did get good cover, but then like if you had any disease that would pass through the field at a rapid rate. So I think you still get good canopy closure with 15-inch rows. I don't know, I just like 15-inch rows, and that's what we're doing. So there's that. Let's see if we can't find some corn plants here. Trying to walk on them. Oh, yep, here's one. Right there. There's one. There's one. There's one. Yeah. So that's good to see. What else we got? Where's another row here? Am I stepping on it? Shit, I don't know. Why can't I see it? Oh, right here. Yeah, they're all there. So yeah, the corn's growing. It was back here, I noticed the other day. Yesterday I came out here scouting. I saw some seeds on top of the ground that were a little concerning to me. Where the hell are they? I poked most of them back in the ground. Here. Poked most of them back in the ground, but there's one laying on top. There's one laying on top. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. So I don't know if that's falling out of the planter when I picked it up, or is it best not be fucking laying them on top of the ground? That's bullshit. But there's one planted, shallow as hell. You know, look at that. The fuck is that? So just that was a little concerning. So I walked down the row here some more, and they're in, you know. I mean, I'm just assuming, and I hope I'm assuming correctly, that I hit a rack underneath since it's no-till, and that row unit had skipped up. Because if you, I'm still walking here. Ah, shit, you know, there's a lot of them on top of the ground here. I'm just assuming it's hitting rocks, since right where I'm at here actually is a higher point in the field and gravelly, and that row unit is skipping up. So, because that's only really the only spot I saw that all going on. But you know, of course, when you see seeds on top of the ground, it immediately is concerning. But yep, corn's growing. I'm trying not to step on it as I walk out of the field here. Got beans right over here planted. This would have been planted Monday or Tuesday, one of the two, I can't remember. So they won't be up yet. But there should be 155,000 of them per acre on 15-inch rows. So here, here, and here. And this was in cereal rye also. Clearly I sprayed that cereal rye, and that is terminated. So overall, it's working pretty good, I think. Just shut down with the cold weather and the 2 inches of rain we've got. So hopefully we can get back at it here soon and finish up planting, because I know I got a project is to get the side dresser going fully functional, and then first cutting's gonna be here, and I've got quite a few acres of hay to do, and I haven't gone through my big square baler, and that's always one of those deals. When you first drag it out of the shed, it doesn't seem to want to tie right. So I should really get going on that, make that thing workable, functional, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's what we got. Rate, subscribe, share. It's cold, my hands are cold. To go